It was a perfectly normal Tuesday at the luxurious Grand Plaza Hotel. Zoe Johnson, a 29-year-old black woman and the only employee in the cleaning department with a Georgetown-University degree in linguistics, was polishing the marble lobby floor. For 6 years, she'd been invisible, cleaning lady whose 47 applications for a desk job were systematically ignored. Then, her phone rang. It was the University of Amsterdam, a life-changing call about the scholarship for her master's program. Zoe whispered, trying to hide behind a column, but the voice on the other end spoke perfect Dutch. Instinct took over. Zoe answered, her flawless pronunciation flowing naturally as she discussed her application. Dollar sound of Dutch flowing seamlessly into the quiet lobby dollar. When she glanced up, her heart stopped. Standing a few feet away was Richard Coleman, the billionaire owner of the entire hotel chain, watching her with undisguised shock. Next to him, manager Richard's face was a mask of fury. Zoe hung up immediately. "Johnson, in my office now," the manager spat. The basement office felt cold. Manager Richards ripped into her. "You know the rules. No phones in the lobby. And talking in, what was that, French?" "Dutch," Zoe corrected, instantly regretting it. Richard sneered, "I don't care if it was Martian." Mr. Coleman saw a cleaning lady ignore her duties to chatter on the phone. "You're assigned to the convention center bathrooms for the next 3 months. Consider yourself lucky you're not fired." The punishment was crippling. Double shifts, no overtime, pure injustice. Zoe knew the truth. White receptionists took personal calls daily. This was about more than a phone. It was the same old pattern of suppressed potential. The next morning, determined to be professional despite the setback, Zoe arrived early. A call came to the front desk. "Zoe Johnson, Human Resources wants you. Now." The HR department was on the top executive floor, a zone forbidden to cleaning staff. Zoe was led into an office bigger than her entire apartment. Richard Coleman sat at the desk, looking directly at her. "Dutch, French, Italian, and Mandarin, correct?" Coleman asked, consulting an open folder. Zoe blinked. "How did you—" "I asked HR for your resume as soon as I heard you yesterday," Coleman stated. "Honors degree in linguistics from Georgetown, fluent in 6 languages, and you've been cleaning my hotel for 6 years. The silence was deafening. Coleman leaned forward. 47 resumes sent to international relations. 12 internal transfer requests, all ignored, by Manager Richards and Director Whitmore. Coleman wrote down the names. "Whitmore constantly complains about a lack of multilingual staff, especially for Asian conferences." What Zoe didn't know was that Coleman had hired consultants to investigate a disturbing pattern. High turnover among qualified non-white employees. He was already looking for a smoking gun. Tomorrow, Coleman continued, a major trade conference with Dutch and Chinese executives begins. "I need someone who speaks both languages fluently and understands the cultural nuances." Zoe couldn't help the sarcasm. And you want me to clean their rooms? Coleman gave a brief smile. I want you to be our international relations coordinator for the event. Starting salary, $5,000 a week. Starting today. An hour later, Zoe ran into Manager Richards in the elevator, now wearing a new executive badge. Johnson, what are you doing on this floor without a uniform? Richards demanded. Ms. Richards, Zoe said calmly, International Relations Coordinator. At the direct request of Mr. Coleman, fluent in 6 languages, including Mandarin and Dutch. My resume has been in the files for 6 years, along with my 12 transfer requests. Richards visibly paled. During preparation, Zoe discovered a critical security breach. The high-priced outsourced Mandarin translations for the conference were riddled with offensive and incorrect terms. The translator had the basics, but zero cultural nuance. Coleman, furious, discovered his director of operations, Thomas Whitmore, had hired the company which belonged to his unqualified niece and paid inflated rates. At the conference, Zoe was a phenomenon, effortlessly switching between languages, mediating complex deals. A Dutch executive even recognized her published academic work. She wasn't just fixing translations, she was saving millions in lost contracts. The final confrontation was swift. Zoe, aided by a newly hired HR analyst who had been tracking Whitmore's systematic rejection of qualified minority candidates, presented the evidence. Years of inflated, corrupt contracts alongside a clear pattern of institutional discrimination. Coleman called an emergency board meeting. He announced that Thomas Whitmore was terminated and Manager Richards suspended pending a full audit. Then, Coleman introduced Zoe, Dr. Zoe Johnson, whom some of you knew only as a cleaning lady, is being named our new Global Director of Internal Communications. The applause was thunderous, especially from the cleaning crew watching from the back. Zoe's revenge wasn't just her promotion. 6 months later, with the title of Vice President of Diversity and International Relations, she launched the Invisible Talents Program. In its first half year, it identified and promoted 147 overlooked employees with high-level skills, 83%, from minority groups, seducing outsourcing costs by 78% and boosting client satisfaction by 42%. What began as a single phone call in Dutch didn't just change Zoe's life. It shook the foundation of an entire industry, proving that true greatness is found not only in overcoming prejudice, but in ensuring the doors remain open for everyone who follows.